This is Radio Now 95.3 FM. Come for the news, stay for informed conversations.
The telecommunications sector attracted over $191 million in foreign direct investments, that's FDI, in the first 3 months of this year. Data from the National Bureau of Statistics shows that this is an increase of over $56 million compared to FDI into that same sector throughout the year 2023. The growth in investment signals the potential of improved capacity for telecommunications companies and deeper broadband penetration across the country. For more on this, I'm joined by Mr. Benga Adebayo, who's chairman of the Association of Licensed Telecoms Operators of Nigeria. Good morning and welcome to the conversation, Mr. Adebayo.
Good morning and thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you on. Let's start with what has driven this rise in FDI in just the first quarter. What can you tell us?
Well, we're seeing more investment in the area of data centers. We are seeing also a bit more in internet service penetration and provision across the country. The core network operators and the infrastructure providers are not really doing much in terms of expansion and FDI, as evident from the results we are seeing of their performances last year. But new area of interest that we are seeing is mostly in data center and data, and we think that that's what's driving the FDI. The industry can do a bit more if the operating environment is better than what we have.
So we'll come to what the operating environment being better, what that looks like. But these specific areas that you spoke about, the data centers and whatnot, what does it mean for the sector? What are we expecting to see change?
It's good for our digital economy. It's also good for e-commerce. It's good for e-government and other electronic services. It's good also for data management, particularly in-country data management and all that. So significantly, it will improve our financial inclusion. It will improve our electronic commerce. And in many more areas, it will also increase our data retention and data management as a country.
It
will also provide good access for multinationals who are here or for countries that are working within or across the borders of the country. So the benefit of this service is quite significant to the larger economy.
There was an estimation that we've seen this inflow mostly because of the government's plan to achieve up to 70% of our population connected to broadband by next year. That's 2025, right? Do you agree? Is that part of what is driving this inflow?
Certainly, yes. Government at all levels are doing the best that they can to drive investment and to drive the sector, particularly within the telecom industry. The services, the challenges that we face are external to the sector, and therefore we must commend the leadership of the telecom industry, particularly the Honorable Minister of Communications and Innovation, as well as the regulator of the industry at the FCC for the good work that they have made.
Now, let's go back to earlier when you said that the sector can do more. It's simply about the operating environment. What exactly needs to be done?
We face a lot of challenges in the environment, particularly use of multiple taxation is a major problem. Today, our industry is facing in the neighborhood of about 52 different taxes and levies across the country. No sector can survive under such a difficult tax environment. Also, we are having issues of vandalization of terrestrial infrastructure, particularly power systems, cell sites, diesel theft of sites, equipment, station, vandalization of fiber optic cable running across the country, and so on. And all these are things that affect significantly the operating environment, makes things difficult, makes quality of services very difficult, and makes also the cost of operations here extremely high. And we do believe that if government can address that, it will help in a number of ways and to drive more FDIs to the account. greater good of all, which local problems that we face at an environmental base should be addressed by government. And we're talking as best as possible.
Mr. Adebayo, thank you so much for joining me on the conversation this morning. I do appreciate your time. My guest on the conversation, Gbenga Adebayo, is chairman of the Association of Licensed Telecoms Operators of Nigeria, speaking to me on inflows. Foreign direct investment into the sector in the first quarter of this year was over $191 million. This is an increase of $56 million compared to the whole of 2023.
This is Radio Now 95.3 FM. Come for the news, stay for informed conversations.